Hey guys, welcome to another unboxing. This time is going to be a little different than what we usually do. Usually we do some budget bin finds and we also talk about board games. This time it's a little bit different. This is an RPG that I picked up. Uh, it's pretty pricey, but at the same time it's a great game. I've played a couple of different games with it, and I wanted to show everybody because some people are thinking about making a purchase, but again, when you're laying down 50 almost $200 worth of stuff for the entire everything that they have for the game system, you want to know what's in it before you buy it. So this is the main core rulebook for a game by Free League. It's Alien, the RPG again. The artwork is stunning. It's the role-playing game. Okay, when I say RPG, I mean a role-playing game for those who don't know. It is absolutely stunning. Again, the back it says, "Space is a vast, dark, and not your friend. Gamma rays and neutrino bursts erupt from dying stars to cook you alive. Black holes tear you apart, and the void itself boils your blood and seizes your brain. Try to scream and no one can hear you. Hold your breath and you rupture your lungs. Space isn't as empty as you think either. Its frontiers are ever expanding. Rival governments wage a cold war of aggression while greedy corporations vie for valuable resources. Colonists reach for the stars and gamble with their lives. Each new world tamed is either feast or famine, and there are things lurking in the shadows of every asteroid. Things strange and different and deadly. Things alien. This is the official Alien tabletop role-playing game, a universe of bloody horror and corporate brinksmanship, where synthetic people play God while space truckers and Marines play host to newborn ghoulish creatures. It's a harsh and unforgiving universe, and you are nothing if not expendable. Stay alive if you can. All right. This beautifully illustrated full-color hardcover book presents the world of Alien in the year 2183 and provides a fast and effective rule set designing specifically to enhance the Alien experience. The game supports two distinct game modes, okay? So you got two different kinds of modes you can play in this game. You have cinematic play, which is based on pre-made scenarios that emulate the dramatic arc of an Alien film designed to be played in a single session. This game mode emphasizes high stakes and fast and brutal play. You're not all expect to survive. The core rulebook contains one introductory cinematic scenario, Hope's Last Day. Campaign Plane is designed for longer, continuous play with the same cast of player characters over many game sessions, letting you explore the Alien universe freely, sandbox style. The core rulebook contains random tables and other powerful tools to quickly create star systems, colonies, missions, encounters, and NPCs for your campaign. The rules of the game are based on the acclaimed Year Zero engine used in award-winning games such as Tales from the Loop, Forbidden Lands, Mutant Year Zero, but adapted and further developed to fully support the core themes of alien horror and action in the cold darkness of space. So it's a heavy book. It's a good sized book. Again, there's a price on it right there. It was $50 for the core book by itself, so it's $50 for this book. And I did not find one that was on sale or used, so this was bought brand new out of the store, obviously. This is the map of the stars of Middle Havens. Okay, everything is beautifully, beautifully illustrated in this book. Okay. Contents, table contents. Again, the artwork is just stunning. Space is hell. I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies, Ash. Again, this is definitely for the hardcore Alien fan. I've been a huge fan since I saw the first film, and I've seen all the sequels and the Alien vs. Predator films. Predator is not in this book at all. It's not mentioned, it's not talked about. So if you're looking to do an AVP game, this is not where you're going to look for it. This is definitely based on the aliens that we know and from the movies, and of course the frontiers. So one thing you have to know about this game right off the bat is that you play different characters. So you have to choose what kind of character you want to develop. So you can have a colonial marine, a frontier colonist, a space trucker, or company rep. All right. And the one thing about this game, which I've found fascinating so far, is that it's not a bug hunt. In other words, you're not running around trying to find aliens and killing aliens. And these aliens are not popping out of like every, open a door, boom, an alien pops out. You walk down the hallway, boom, 3 more aliens show up. It's not like that at all. Just like it isn't in the movies. You try to make it a cinematic. You try to make it feel as if, like you're on the Nostromo for the first time, and there's only one of these aliens around. There could be multiple aliens, but the idea is that you're building suspense, you're building horror. It's not just a shoot and kill type game. It's not designed for that at all. Okay, the campaign play again is the one that lasts longer. You could be a space trucker, a colonial marine, a frontier colonist. All right, cinematic play is the one shot game. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to go through the book. Obviously, I'm not going to read all this. This could take you forever. Creating the characters, attributes, campaign play, talents. So it's laid out beautifully. The artwork, stunning. Again, right? They put a lot of thought into this book, and one of the reasons I bought it is the lore, the information. Now look at that picture. That's cool as hell. All right. Again, there's a lot. So you want to be a colonial marine. Here's information about that. Your personal agenda, signature item, your gear, your appearance. You want to be a colonial marshal. You want to be a company agent. See, your agenda is something that's interesting because in this game here, you're not telling the other players everything that you're up to. So that's the suspense also. You're trying to figure, are they on your side? Are they not on your side? If they're not on your side, can you buy them to be on your side? So it's kind of like, it's almost like an every man for themselves game, which is very, very cool. You could be a kid, all right? You could be a medic, obviously. You need someone to bandage everybody up. Okay. You could be a pilot. You could be an officer. You could be a roughneck. So all the character types. A scientist. And of course you have your skills that you could build on. Rolling dice. We'll get to the dice too because I bought everything for the thing. And then it goes into the rules and different modifications and the skill sets that you can have. The layout is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. If there's a complaint, the book is, the cover is very, very, I don't want to say leathery, but it's very, very, it's got like a varnish thing on it. And if you put something against it and you rub it, it will scratch the book. So you got to be careful with the book because it's kind of, mine's in really good shape, but at the same time, if you pick at it, it definitely will scrape away. Where some of the old D&D books, you could throw them into the fireplace and nothing will happen to them. You know what I mean? But this book has it's a little bit, it's a beautifully laid out book, but again, it can get scratched up pretty easily. So you want to be a little careful with that. You know, manipulation and talents that you could have. Just going through it real quick. All right, all kinds of stuff. Stealth mode, time and space, combat and panic. Stealth mode, again, some aliens there. Initiation, movement, close combat. So all this stuff, ranged combat. It's broken down. It's actually a good read, and it's not an overly complex game. Damage, how it's broken down, healing, stressing panic. Panic plays a huge game, so a huge part of the game. So if you see an alien and you're scared of the alien, certain things will happen to you. And the more stress that you have, the weaker you become or you can become a victim very easily to the aliens or anyone else that's happening. So here's a panic roll. I'll give an example of this. So let's say you're panicked, you roll 1 to 6, all the way down to 15 plus. Catatonic, you collapse to the floor and you can't talk or move, staring blankly into oblivion. Keep it together, you manage to keep your nerves in check barely. Right in the middle, seek cover, you scream, you flee, you go berserk, you go catatonic. So as you can tell, the higher the roll, the worse the result is of it. Obviously, and they'll tell you how many dice you have to roll. Are you doing freezing, exhausting, starving, hazards, disease, fire, explosions, all that stuff is in here. Where synthetic is, right? They also have spaceships in here, which is very cool. Vehicles, different gear you can choose from. Of course, you're loading up your character prior to starting the game, obviously. All the weapons that you're used to seeing, like this one here, the pulse rifle is one that was in Aliens, the second film, and a lot of these weapons were all used also. And they go into great detail about each of them, which is very cool too. The heavy weapons, the pulse rifles with grenades to it, close combat weapons, the flamer that they had in the Aliens film. Again, this one here also was the smart gun was used in the second Alien film, also Aliens. All right. Suits of armor, computers, all this stuff. How you can make money, pharmaceuticals, different vehicles that they have here. That's familiar probably for the armored personnel carrier from the Colonial Marines, which you've seen before. Right. The Cheyenne series tactical dropship, which you saw obviously in the second film. Again, gorgeous layout, gorgeous pictures. Weyland-Yutani, living all of the stars, living in space, charted space, uncharted space, spaceships. So the book has a lot of information in it. And if I can get to it, again, panic rolls, different ships, space combat. You can actually own your own spaceship, so you don't have to be like the Nostromo or any of the other main ships that they talked about in the movie. You create your own, and you become the captain of it, and you drive from place to, you fly from place to place, and you can do all those things. And you could, what kind of weapons you have on it. So you could really go nuts with this whole thing, creating your own. So it's a cool game that if have a creative mind, the different classes of ships, the different types of ships. And as I continue to go through it real quick, as you can tell, it's a huge tome. It has a lot of information. So you got your different corporations that you want to see here also. The Independent Core System Colonies. You've got here Interstellar Commerce Commission. You've got Weyland-Yutani, of course. LaSalle Bio International. Seegison. The systems and planets, so you can travel from throughout the system, the space system that they have here, and everything's broken down for it. All right. The engineers, Xenomorph. So engineers, they explain who the engineers are. They don't answer a lot of the questions from the movies. And the timeline of this game starts off in, I was going to say Pandorum, but it's not Pandorum. I'll say it starts off Prometheus, the first film, and goes all the way up to the third Alien film. It does not go to the fourth Alien film. It goes all the way up to the third, where they're on the prison planet. It doesn't go. The fourth film is not mentioned in here. It's not part of the timeline. So again, it shows you different size bugs that you could have. The face hugger, the egg. When it comes out as a face hugger. When it's inside, when the little guy the chest burster comes out, and then the different sizes of the aliens, the speed of them, all these things. It goes from the egg to the face hugger to all that stuff, chest burster. Look at that picture. Beautifully laid out. Again, the artwork is incredible in this book. The book's worth buying just for the artwork sometimes, and the storyline's really great. So again, I'm not going to read through all this stuff here. A lot of information. Again, it has 392 pages to it. So the tome it's as they say, it's a big ass book, and it's heavy and it's really well done. Definitely worth the investment if you're an Alien fan. Okay, so of course you got sets of dice. Okay, this is your stress dice. If I pull it out real quick, you can see what they look like. The stress dice are yellow. It's got staples, so I'm not going to open up, but these are yellow dice. All right. And that signifies stress, and this one signifies the base dice set. So both of them are D6s. So it's D6, and then they'll tell you have to roll 3 of these, or 4 of these, or 5 of them, depending on whatever the activity is that you're doing. What challenge you're facing, a creature, what your weapon strength is, all those things. So that's this here. Another thing that's really cool that comes with it is a custom card deck. Right, that's the front of the box. Back. 22 weapon cards, 20 character cards, 3 vehicle cards, 10 initiative cards. The character cards are cool because you don't have to create your own characters, but you can actually just start it off with these here. All right, so these are characters: a roughneck, pilot, scientist, officer, ex-marine, pilot, mercenary, officer. So again, beautiful artwork, beautifully laid out. Heavy cards, nice thick cards, and I like the fact that they're so thick. And they have some weight to them. So in the back, again, so you see the roughneck, and on the back it has all the details about that character there. So Holroyd, roughneck, strength 7, agility 6, wits 4, empathy 3, health 7, heavy machinery, stamina. So you get talent, signature item, none, gear, personal agenda. Buddy is Hirsch, rival is Sig. Right. These are all your characters that you can play. Okay. All right, here's your Colonial Me. This is Reed. Let's just read what it says here. Let's just read what Reed has to say. Strength, agility is 5, agility is 4, wits 2, empathy 3, health 5. Talent is overkill, gear, armor. Again, when you don't know what these mean, you'd have to look in a rule book, and obviously it spells all this stuff out for you. Terminate all threats to the Cronus crew with extreme prejudice, no matter the risks for you. Buddy is John's, rival is Flint. All right, you got an officer, company agent, a roughneck. You got lots of characters to choose from. And then you've got, again, you also have your vehicle cards, the different ships that you have. Gives you all the information about them, type of the weapons they have, the length of it, tactical missiles, air-to-air missiles, rocket launchers, Gatling guns. Okay, the armored personnel carrier, what you got, phase plasma pulse cannon, 20mm Gatling gun turret, top speed, length. Okay, a tractor. And then, of course, it goes into all the weapons that they have, and it tells you everything that you would ever need to know about the weapons, which is cool. All right, and then you have your initiative cards. So in it 10, and pretty much are all the same, as you can tell. They all say initiative in the front. In the back, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You get 10 of those cards. All right. So that's, again, that's the custom card deck that comes with the Alien game. Again, everything here is sold separately. All right, obviously everything has a price tag to it, but at the same time, you want to get the dice, you want to get the cards, you want to get the complete thing. This way you have everything, so you're not writing a bunch of stuff down. You have everything here and it's at your hand. You can use these characters here as NPCs. If you're not using them, you can throw 1 or 2 into the game, so you don't have to create your own. All right, so you can do a lot of different things with this. So that's your card deck. Okay. Here is another Alien piece. It says here the role-playing game, and of course it's the map and marker pack. Look in the back, map and marker pack contains useful gaming aids for the official Alien role-playing game. Large full-color double-sided map with one side depicting chartered space in the year 2183, and the other floor plans of the Chariot of the Gods cinematic scenario, the Chariot of the Gods. All right. Game markers for keeping track of characters, motion tracker, pings, spaceships, and space combat sections. So you open this bad boy up. That's just it. You got some markers, chits for watching the alien or whatever you got there. Power-up sensors, RAM, maneuver, launch countermeasures, power-up engine, emergency repairs, dock. Okay, you got your face huggers. Okay, you got the chest buster right here. When the alien comes out of the chest, and you got all different kinds of the alien species here. Of course, you got markers for humans or robots, whatever you might have. It's all right up there. Your crew. Okay, it's all right there. So if you have figures, great. If you don't have figures, you don't need them because you got the markers for them. Okay. And you go Stars of Heaven, and this is the map. Now the map is huge, so I don't know how much of it you can see, but small camera, big map doesn't always work out that way. But it's a highly detailed map. If I could lift it up for a minute, just to kind of show you a little bit of it. Very detailed. Gives you information about the sectors over here, and here is just a listing of all the different planets that you can go to. So if you're really creative, you can create, your own game where, your own adventure where you're going to from one place to another place, and you could time it out and all that stuff like that. And on this side here is a map of Hadley's Hope. All right. Okay, it's got a legend down here, which kind of tells you, ladder access, observation, med kit, intercom, access terminal, med lab, workshop, engineering, mainframe, armory. This paper here is not the thickest, so you got to be careful. If you have, you go to Staples something, get it laminated, you can do that as well. I haven't done that quite yet. But again, you have this Hope over here, shower rooms, mass housing, maintenance bay, maintenance officers, vehicle bay, vehicle unloading and cargo, level 1, level 2. Here's a level 1 here also. This is, tells you how big it is. All right. So that's the map that comes with it. Sorry for the jiggling of the camera, but the map is large, but again, it's not the sturdiest, so you gotta be careful in the way you fold it and everything else like that, because it can be, can easily rip things of that nature. So I'll put that to the side. I'll take the time to close it when I'm done. After the video's done, I don't wanna rip it. Now this here is another thing for the Alien, okay? For the Alien role-playing game. This is very, very sturdy. And this is the Game Master screen. It's called Game Mother screen. As you know, Mother is the name of the computer on board the Nostromo. Deluxe Game Mother screen is in landscape format for the official Alien role-playing game. It features Martin's grip art on the outside and a host of useful tables, important information on the inside, while keeping the GM's plans hidden from the eyes of the inquisitive players. Nothing on the back of that, so we'll move this over. And again, everything at your fingertips. So this thing is. So if I put it this way, you can see it is a pretty large item. Okay. I'll bring it a little closer for you so you can take a look at it. Again, it has all the most important things: measuring, sneak attack, stealth difficulty, slow actions, fast actions. Then we go to the second page of it. It's thick. This is really nicely done. Plastic over the cardboard that's inside it. Nice stuff. What a critical injury is. Rolling a D66. All right, so you roll 2 6s, and whatever you get, you get. So you roll the dice, you get the injury, you get is it a fatal injury, how long it takes you to heal from it, your effects from it, and the healing time is over here, how many days, D6 days, okay? And again, the thing I was telling you about earlier, the panic roll tells you the effects on it. Again, Free Lead is the company that created this. Ranged fire modifications, range categories, and types of cover. So there's not a lot of information. There's not a lot of stuff to learn when you're playing the game, and that's one of the things I enjoyed. It's something you could jump right in and learn. It's not like a tome where you have 9,847 spells that you have to learn and stuff like that. It's not that. This is like, you read the core book and you're ready to roll. All right, again, there you go. Okay. Beautifully artwork again. See the alien right in there? Yep. All right, cool. And the last thing I have here is, oh, sorry about that. Again, it's the supplement for the role-playing game. It's Chariot of the Gods. And this is, if we turn it back, the job was routine, the money fair. Then the damn company diverted you to answer a distress call from a ship that disappeared almost 80 years ago. A derelict carrying something bizarre, twisted, and alien. What the ship's frozen crew brought back with them was bad enough. What they themselves were turning into was a bloody nightmare. Add to that an annoying sensor ghost shadowing you in the void, and your stress level is shot. It's all a bit much. You don't get paid enough to deal with monsters, but hold your breath, count to 3, and play your cards right with this one. You just might walk away very rich. Oh, who am I kidding? You're all going to die. Alright, so Chariot of the Gods is a complete cinematic scenario for the Alien role-playing game. So again, this is a one-shot deal. So if you're going to play this, you're going to play it basically in one day. That's the whole idea. So if you sit together, 4 or 5 hours, you should be able to get through the game, no problem whatsoever. Okay, it's a complete cinematic scenario for the Alien role-playing game, written by sci-fi novelist Andrew C. Gaska, designed to introduce you to the game while at the same time taking you on a thrilling, terror-filled ride into deep space where no one can hear you scream. Chariot of the Gods is designed for 3 to 5 players plus a GM, and takes at least 4 to 5 hours to complete. So again, this is meant to be played. Think of it as one film, and it's not based off a film. But what I'm saying is, think of it as one film. So you're gonna watch it. You're gonna sit down and watch a movie. It's gonna take you 2.5 hours or 2 hours to get through the movie. This is gonna be one game. It's gonna be designed like a movie, so it's fast moving, and but it's going to take you 4 to 5 hours to get through everything. And again, inside, just show you real quick: characters, personal agendas, situation, scenario overview. What the hell happened to the Cronus? officer, pilot, roughneck, another roughneck. And those are the characters you're going to play. You don't even have to make your own characters, because of this game here, the characters are already set up for you, which is cool. This is the ship you're riding in on. Okay. The Cronus is the ship that you're going to rescue. The cryo deck. Right. Again, it's just all information about the story itself, which I'm not going to get into great detail. Different decks: the cargo deck, the vehicle bay, the events, Act 1, Pandora's box. You know, Act 2, the long night. Okay. Act 3, divided we fall. The epilogue: it isn't over till it's over. The abomination. Stage 1, infected. 2, mutant. Stage 3, revenant. Stage 4, the beluga head, whatever that is, and personal agendas. Okay. Abomination attacks. You got all kinds of stuff here. Rise agenda, Act 1, 2, 3, how their agendas change depending on what act you're in. Each character, there's different things: Lucas, Wilson, Chams, Rise. So again, the agendas are a big deal in this game. Lucas, again, 1, 2, and 3. An infected agenda, an infected agenda, and of course effects of infection. All right. So if I go back to here real quick, I'll just read the introduction, what it says here. The situation. All right, let's take a look what it says for a scenario. The star freighter USCSS Montero is diverted to check out a distress signal sent by the USCSS Cronus, a space exploration ship that has been missing for 3/4 of a century. The crew of the Montero investigate and find the few remaining Cronus crew in stasis at the ship overrun by alien creatures. As they attempt to transfer the survivors to the Montero, the Starfreighter's reactor is set to overload by one of the crew, who has orders to bring back the xenomorphic materials the Cronus is carrying. With their ship destroyed, the Montero crew is forced to repair the Cronus instead. The crew soon finds themselves caught between corporate agents who put their mission and a paycheck ahead of human lives. The crew of the Cronus, who are suffering from an infection that is slowly turning them into monsters. Feral alien creatures that are out for blood, and a murderous android who wants to stop Weyland-Yutani from getting their hands on anything alien. Just when the Montero crew discover that they too might be infected, pirates attempted to seize the ship. It all comes down to one question: does the crew want to stop a dangerous biological weapon from getting into the wrong hands, or do they want to become very rich? There's your story. That's what it's about. Okay? So again, with everything that I talked about, which is the role-playing game, the RPG screen, the maps. Okay? There's the map again. You want to get at least. I bought 2 of each of these, so I didn't show you in the video, but I did two of each of these. I bought just, get other people. You don't want to share. You want to share dice. You know what I mean? The more people you have, the more dice you need. Of course, you get the custom card deck, and of course, you need the rule book again for everything. And there's those cards that we were talking about before. Put those out here too, so you can see those again. All right. And that wraps up the video, which is a different little unboxing video, but showing you guys Alien role-playing game. Highly recommended. Check it out, enjoy it, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you for joining, and have a great day.